brothers and sisters, I just want to come to you and give you a word, and the word is the Heavenly Father gives you a choice. Okay, so we come in this world and we think automatically that God chooses for us, but that is not the case. We choose, we make our own choices, and He lets us. He allows us to either choose Him or the world. When we are walking with Him, we we follow His laws, statutes, and commandments. We are set apart. When I say that, I mean you follow the Bible. So everything He is against, you don't do. But if you choose the other side, that is the world, you celebrate holidays, you do everything He's against. This is when you are either a lover of yourself or you're a lover of the world. So this is how you know He chooses you. He's like a parent. A parent will give you rules. They will tell you, hey, you can live in my house if you abide by my rules. So one of the rules may be you have to be in the house by 10 o'clock. If you're not in the house by 10 o'clock, then you can't stay here if you're not okay with that curfew. So that's basically the same thing with the Most High. He's like, you can be with me, but you have to follow my laws. And if you choose not to be, that's okay too, because now you're of the world. So He gives you a choice. The reason why the Most High does not make us choose Him is because He wants your love for Him to be genuine. See, if He forced us to choose Him, then the love for Him would not be genuine. But by following Him, it keeps us out of committing sin. See, when we obey Him, we get His promises. When He provides and protects for us, He gives us all the blessings. When we disobey Him, then we deal with the consequences of our sin. So this is what happened when when we were in Egypt, and He let Moses come in and bring us out of captivity. When Moses went up, he got the law, he came back down, he gave us a choice. He said, if you follow me, then I will bless you. But if you go against me and serve other gods, and because that's what you do when you're in the world, you're serving other gods, because you're celebrating other holidays, you're serving Satan, then you are hit with curses. So He gave us the instructions. Either you serve me or you don't. Like if you live with your parents, either you follow their rules or you don't live with them. Either or. You can't have both. But if you do follow their rules, you respect them and you love them. When you don't, that means you want to live on your own, you want to do your own thing, and they respect that too. The Most High is the same way. If you don't live by His rules, you don't follow His rules, then you just don't. You don't get His blessings. You don't serve Him. If you serve the world, you get the Satan's gifts, but you get his curses. So that's just how that works. And He says this in the Bible. So we're going to go to Daniel 9 and 10 and read it. So Daniel 9 and 10 says, we have not obeyed the Lord our God, or kept the laws He gave us through His servants, the prophets. So He's saying we have not obeyed Him, the law, our God, our servant, and kept the law He gave us through His servants, the prophets. So He gave us laws. And so we're going to read Daniel 9 and 11. All Israel has transgressed your law and turned away, refused to obey you. So we refuse to obey His laws. So by refusing to obey His laws, we don't get His blessings, because the whole instructions that were given was, you obey my laws, then I will bless you. I will give you what you need. I will provide. I will protect. And you will get promises for obeying my law. Okay. And so we're going to read Deuteronomy, where He gave us what happened if we disobeyed His law. Deuteronomy 15. But it shall come to pass, if you do not obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all His commandments and His statutes, which I command you today, that all of these curses will come up on you and overtake you. So all the curses are through Deuteronomy 28:16 through 68. He lets you know all the curses that you will get if you disobey him. And when he means by disobeying him, means you don't follow his law. So when you're outside of his law, these curses are up on you. This is why we have to read the Bible to know what are the instructions of our Heavenly Father. So in Deuteronomy 28:1, he tells you the blessings on obedience. So he says, now it shall come to pass, if you diligently obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all his commandments, which I command you today, that the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations on the earth. In Deuteronomy 2, and all these things shall come upon you and overtake you because you obey the voice of your God. So he's saying the blessings you receive when you obey him. So this is how you know that he gives you a choice. He makes it very clear he will never force you to choose him. You have free will in this world to pick and choose, and he's not mad at you if you choose to not obey his law, because your sin will overtake you, and it will ruin you, because you are over your life. You have a choice and free will to choose him or not. And if you don't choose him, he tells you what happens. And if you do choose him, he tells you what happened. But in Daniel 9, he told us that we chose not to follow his law, and that's what happened. We went into the curses. Deuteronomy 28:15-68, because we didn't obey him, because we made a choice. He was not going to force us to love him or obey him. Like your parents, they won't force you to love them and obey them, but they will enforce their rules. And if you don't follow them, then you cannot live under their roof. It's the same thing with the Most High. It's no different. But I just had to say that. Much love and all praises to the Most High.